Hello and welcome back to the Iron Man WoW Challenge with me, Sheppy. And yeah, we're in the Blasted Lands, last zone, thankfully, of Vanilla. This is quite a good zone. I quite enjoyed this for the most part, for a number of reasons. First off, I was a little bit scared about coming here because I remember specifically some quests which not only were quite difficult, but there's a couple that I could think of that were almost certainly going to be death if I tried them. And one of those is no longer in the game, which is good. It's a part of... we had to summon a warlock, I think, that could in turn summon an infinite amount of elementals. So if we were slow at killing it, which we would have been because we don't have the DPS, we would have had to deal with an ever increasing amount of elementals, and that would have been far too difficult for us to try. This second quest is still in the game, and we do that, but it involves using a portal to get on top of one of the largest hills in the game. It's quite a small surface area on the top, and you have to fight a demon on the top there, and he would do a knockback and knock you off the top of the hill. And as I remember it, that would kill you, obviously, because it's quite a long way up. They've fixed that, thankfully, in the game, so you still do get knocked off, but you've got an NPC that helps you and kind of does a life grip on you to bring you back onto the mountain. So that's nice. The other thing about this zone that I really did like is there was an awful lot of res. I'm not sure if that's by design, because all of the res drop an item that you can trade in for a quest. You don't get XP for the quest, but you do get a blue item each time. So that's pretty good, and I think because of that, that's why we had so many rares. I think they just a lot of them seem to spawn in this zone. So we did get quite a lot of XP. I didn't want to go to Outland until we were level 60. As I've previously explained, the reason for that is the hit chance on mobs that are the same level as us is 5% chance to miss, and that's pretty bad straight off the bat. Primarily because every ability can miss, including kill command on our pet, and that does a lot of DPS, and it's also really good at grabbing aggro. So without that, or if that's going to miss a lot, then that does make my job a lot more difficult. So I wanted to go to Outland at level 60, not at 58. You can go at 58, and the quests start at 58 as well. So we go there at 60. So what we're doing here in this mine, I don't remember the quests in this mine, to be honest with you. I think the last time I played through Blasted Lands properly, I was Alliance. So I'm not even sure if you get quests in here as an Alliance. It's pre-Kata as well, so things have changed an awful lot. Now, again, this mine, I was a little bit worried about coming in here because the last mine of this layout that we were in is in Stone Talon Mountains, and whilst levelling up Sheppy, if you remember, my previous character died at level 32, something like that, and I was levelling up an alternate Iron Man character, and in the equivalent of this mine layout in Stone Talon Mountains, which is near an Alliance base, an NPC guard bugged out and killed me, one-shot me through the geometry. And all the while playing this, I'm thinking, well, there's an Alliance base nearby. I don't really want the same thing to happen again. Now, this quest here is interesting. There's a number of quests in the game that have you disguising yourself as a box. This one basically wants us to sneak past all of these guards, and you know what, I thought, fuck that. That's got a potential to go wrong and cause me to die. So I decided to do it the hard way, the safe way rather, which is to just clear the mobs out one by one, which is also going to give me quite a lot of XP, which is nice. They are quite tightly packed in places, so we do have to go quite slowly. And also top our health up. We don't want to take any unnecessary risks. Try and do a line of sight pull there. I don't think it really worked. But as long as Catty gets aggro, it's all good. Yeah, it does take us a little while to clear through this. There's an NPC boss at the end that we have to kill. Now, if we were a goblin, we could use our rocket jump at the entrance to the mine to skip most of this out. Because as you can see here, just up on the left, there's a kind of window looking down to an earlier part of the mine. I think there's another one coming up as well, and you can actually rocket jump through that. Handy little tip that we may use again in Outland. It's part of the Netherwing dailies, which we might do some of to help bring us up to level 70 later on. But yeah, we do have to go pretty slow here. So I'm assuming the quest item to disguise ourselves as a box would have made all of these mobs green, or would have just prevented us from getting aggro. So we would have lost out on quite a big chunk of XP from killing all of these mobs as well. So it's actually, I think, doubly beneficial to do it this way. I think I stopped looting them as well because I wasn't sure whether we'd have to come back. I'm assuming we'd have to come back and hand the quest in to the quest giver, and we don't want all of these mobs to respawn again. Okay, so we are nearly there, just a few more mobs to kill before we get to our quest objective. Too many mobs. Remember, this is kind of like 4 times the normal speed, so this would have taken quite a little while to get there. But not really any difficulty. Our cat is taking a bit of a beating. I would not like to have done this when we had pet happiness, in fairness. Because this would have, I would have had to carry around a massive stash of meat with me the entire time to keep him well fed. Because obviously we would not be able to use a glyph or talent that would increase its happiness every time we did a mend pet. Right, so anyway, that's done. We're going to head back and hand that quest in. And as I was saying, we're going to go back. We'll loot them on the way back, but some of them respawn. See if we can get past. Or, fuck that, we'll just go round and do it this way instead. A lot less hassle. So he is right at the back of the mine, which is a bit of a pain. And we've dinged level 57. No abilities at level 57. Alright, we're going to half-stone back out. Another massive chunk of XP. We're already like 10% through the next level, which is good. Okay, at this point I've missed out about half a level of recording. I'm not sure what happened to that clip. You didn't miss anything interesting, really. Just the normal bog standard kind of quest. This is kind of leading into, from what I remember, it's leading into the main kind of story arc for this zone. It's all to do with demons and things coming out of the dark portal. We have basically aligned ourselves with the guys in the back of that cave. We can portal in and out, so we don't have to fight the ogres each time by clicking on that crystal. The Alliance equivalent has something very similar on the other side of the zone. So if you've played through this zone as Alliance, you will know it all too well. Okay, so what are we doing at the minute? That is a really good question. Deliver the discordant rune to Watcher Wazzy. This is, I think, off the back. This is at the Dark Portal, so this is leading us up now to some of the Dark Portal quests. We've also got Return the Imperfect Drain Fist Fragment, which I think, from what I remember, that was off the back of killing a rare. They're the items that we get that I mentioned earlier. Okay, let's put it back into fast forward mode. Sorry about missing that little clip out. Like I say, you've not missed a massive amount. We've obviously killed a rare at some point, which would have given us a nice chunk. Okay, so we're going to head off to the Dark Portal. There's quite a lot of quests at the entrance to the portal, which is good. It's all good amounts of XP, and some of them are pretty easy to do as well, which is good. So first off, we're going to get a couple of quests to kill some, I think some named mobs. We just saw one back as we were coming into the Dark Portal, and also to collect some of these fragments. Just have to watch out for these demons, which are a bit of a pain. That's one of the named mobs killed. There's two more, one on the east and one on the west. No real difficulty with them. Also picking up vile demonic blood from these demons as well. Like I say, nice chunk of XP here for just picking up these quests. It is a drop quest, but you know I don't really like drop quests. But the drop rate on the blood seems to be pretty good, so it does make it go a lot quicker when the drop rate is good. We do have a quest later on in the zone which has the most ridiculously poor drop rate. I may even just cut that out completely because it was such a pain. But here on the hill we've got the second named mob that we have to kill. No problems there either. And then the other one is right around the other side. And he's protected by loads of these elementals, which for some reason I think the game is classifying as demons, but they're elementals. That's fine. The demonic blood drops from them, so that just helps anyway. It's all good. They do have this kind of nasty charge where they turn into meteorite and charge at you though. It's a bit of a pain because we have to make sure pet gets aggro first. And we got some fell cloth there, which we've not seen any fell cloth, probably because we didn't go to Fellwood, which I think probably get more of it there. There's more humanoids that would drop it. Fell cloth used to go for an absolute fortune on the auction house in vanilla, which was nice. It was the high-end kind of cloth in the game. Really no need for using it anymore, but it did sell on the auction house, which was nice. Now this quest here is a pain in the ass. We have to, there's some alliance documents there that we have to pick up. There's two guards patrolling, you can see them going at the front and the back, and if they see us, if they face and see us, they port us straight out again. And it takes ages to examine that bit of paper, so it's actually quite tricky. I think I give up. Basically. I think we're waiting for them to get into sync. Come on, guys. There we go. Go, 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 go. Nope. Right, we'll leave that. We'll come back to that one. There is a knack to it, which actually isn't that difficult, but you just have to stand in the right location. Right, back off into the cave to hand the next part of that quest line in. And we've dinged level 58, and now we've got these, the Amulet of Alistarge, which I think was in the game somewhere else, previous to Kata. I can't remember for sure though. But anyway, we're going to move on to the next segment and we're going to continue on. Okay, the first one of these amulet quests, the Amulet of Alistarge, is in... There's a mine. It's kind of like the Alliance equivalent of the cave with the ogres that we go in. There's a crystal outside that the Alliance can use to teleport in. But inside just the entrance of this cave, there is a chest which I couldn't see. I fight my way inside and then I had to go and consult the ever-trusty Wowhead. It is there. The next two are kind of dotted around the rest of the zone. So we'll just sit back while I
clear out this cave and go and do those. Not the easiest thing to spot in here, though. It's the Amulet of Alistarge. I think I've already gone past it at this point. Oh, there it is. You can see it sparkling there on the left. I didn't see that. A bit retarded of me, but you know. Can't be perfect. I don't think I've still not seen it. It's like, okay, right, now I've seen it. There we go. Okay, so let's head off to the second one. You can see an alliance player there faffing about this crystal. The second one, I think is... I think it's in this ship that's out in the water. That's sunk. I think these have been sunk as part of the Cataclysm. Previously, in Blasted Land, you could not access the sea. So this whole coastline, it kind of curves around to the southeast as well. This is all new territory, which is nice. You can just see me there checking my gear. It's still all white or grey, which is good news. I do worry a little bit about having equipped greens sometimes. You know, I've not actually done it on this challenge, but I often worry that I have done. So this is Groll. Groll? Did Groll used to be in the game? Name rings a bell. And the third one is further around the coast. We've got some Murlocs around there, so we're going to get one off the Murloc. I'm not entirely sure why we can speak to this Murloc. I don't remember a massive amount of Murlocs in the game that we can speak to. I know there's the quest givers in Northrend, but we have to learn the Murloc language, I think, from what I remember. But anyway, round here, we don't really find out why what's going on here is going on. But there's Naga, and they've basically enslaved a whole host of Murlocs, and they're shifting some stuff for them. I don't even really know what it is, because I don't pay any attention to these quests. It's not really that important to the zone, other than the fact it's more quests, so we'll get them done. These didn't take too long and they weren't too difficult. I kind of do feel a bit sorry for the Murlocs though. I know I normally hate them, but when they're friendly, they are quite cute. They're being enslaved by Naga. Nobody likes the Naga. Okay, so we're killing these blood-washing enchantresses and other types. They have quite an interesting and unique buff system to them. They do a spell that's a bit like the one of the shaman healing things that looks like somebody's just poured a bucket of water over you, except they're throwing like a bucket of blood over them, and it gives them an enrage or something like that, which is fair enough, isn't it? I guess. Neptul's Revenge. So we've got a number of idols to destroy. And some more Bloodwash to slay. Zealots, Acolytes, etc, etc. I don't know why I was not using my pet there. Why was I not using my pet? I don't know. There's probably a reason. I forget what the reason was now. There we go. Using my pet again, so that's good. I was probably just being retarded. As you may have noticed, it's probably happening more and more frequently. We got a hidden quest here to escort some lost baby Murlocs back to the sea. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like the fact they have these hidden quests every now and then, but normally you don't get XP, and I can't remember whether I get XP for this one. There's some in Vashir. If you kill certain types of mobs that aren't related to quests, you'll get a hidden quest pop up. Okay. Oh, we did get XP for that, so that was good. Okay, so let's get the rest of these blood wash buggers. Let's get them slaughtered and move on to the next set of quests. I think there might be a rare over here. There we go. Clear the area out whilst we're doing it though. And not a massive amount of XP for killing her, unfortunately. Okay, we're heading up to like 22 minutes on this video, so I'll wrap it up there. In the next video we will be getting into Outland, which is nice. It's just a few more quests to finish off in this zone, and a really, really terrible drop quest, which I may put into super fast forward, just so you don't have to sit through and watch all of that, because it is pretty boring. Okay, join me next time for more Iron Man WoW Challenge. Like I say, it's Outland time. See you then.